Last night.
Solid start, babe.
Solid start. Hang on a second, I gotta look cool for...
Maybe time to start this one over.
Actually, I think this is gold. Alright, take 2.
Thanks for tuning in.
For those who are just joining us, we're a pretty average couple who decided to make travel and adventure a way of life.
A couple of years ago, we took the next step and made a boat our home so we could bring our creatures and comforts along for the ride.
Together we sail the seas, trek the globe, or even just take a drive, as long as it's somewhere new. That morning, leaving Fort Lauderdale was kind of magic. The air was a little brisk, but the water was so warm, it created clouds of steam that rolled across the surface of the sea. The wind picked up enough that we made really good time just under sail, and there was a beautiful sunrise to boot. At least, that's what I'm told. I definitely fell asleep almost immediately after we left the channel. But I was there when we unfurled our downwind sail for the very first time and discovered that it is totally 90s-rific. Like, seriously, I'm pretty sure I had this as a jacket when I was a kid. And I am so there for it. So I just noticed, we have 400 feet of water underneath us, which is the most we've ever had. And we're a minute from shore. I did not think that Florida was where that would happen. Honestly, this day in general was just pretty spectacular. How fucking cool, Bryant. Look. Whoa.
What?
Dude. Okay, are you sure we're in
36 feet.
36 feet still? We're not rapidly climbing?
28, but yeah.
Oh my god, it looks like it's right there!
Gosh,
Right,
yes.
I did it! It's so cool, the color!
Pretty water.
That just jewel tone.
Just jump in.
Right here. I gotta put my feet in. I gotta know how cold it is. The water's warmer than the air. So beautiful, I can see everything. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, that is.
Bryant pulled in a fat little Spanish mackerel right as we were rounding the bottom of Key Biscayne and entering the bay. And right on the edge of Biscayne Bay is a fun little landmark called Stiltsville. It's a group of buildings built in the shallow shoals about a mile away from the mainland. Historians say there have been shacks there since 1922, but the first official inhabitant was Crawfish Eddie, who settled there in 1933, basically so he and his friends could gamble. In the 1940s and 50s, Stiltsville became known for several swanky clubs that hosted Miami's elite and rich and famous. There are now only 7 structures remaining, in various stages of decay ranging from totally devastated to I'd live there.
No wallet, no keys, good.
That is a damn fine looking piece of fish, Bryant. Damn fine.
It's called a Fort Key sunset right there.
That's a keys pour right there. Pirate's life for me.
To the keys! To the keys!
tonight, last night,
Solid start, babe.
Solid start. Oh, last night was obviously a long night. And that is because quite the little gale has blown through and is still currently blowing. I'll try and show it. Hang on a second, I gotta look cool for...
Maybe time to start this one over.
Actually, I think this is gold. It's hard to pick up on camera because it doesn't get the verticality of the seas very well. But it feels like, and it has felt all night as if we are sailing. It has just been like bah, 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 all night. And we turned on the anemometer earlier. And the first reading that we saw was 43. Right now it's kind of about a steady, that's 34. And that's about average. 34 miles per hour wind blowing straight at us across kind of a large space. It's not an insignificant fetch across the water, and so we've got some waves, we've got the white caps. Sandbar up there has just like completely exploded into the water, and there's like this big tan strip that wasn't there before. This is significant not because we've never experienced winds this strong, but because this is the first time we've done it at anchor. And we're doing it in the Florida Keys, which is notorious for anchor slippage, and it's slick seagrass and it's, beautiful sandy bottoms, but it's not the best for anchoring a boat like silty mud would be. Our friends are in the harbor over there, and they have already said that there's a boat inside the harbor that's had to pull up and reset their anchor twice because of this. So we decided to not go into the harbor and stay put out where it's more exposed, because Bryant had been able to actually dive the anchor and check to make sure that it was set. And we didn't want to pull that up and risk having a less secure anchor.
Moral of the story, buy a Rockna.
Morals of the story, buy a Rockna anchor, because they're like really, really good. Just splurge on that. And moral number 2, if you can dive the anchor, dive the anchor. It will give you some serious peace of mind. Well, peacier mindiness.
PC mindedness. Killing us, babe.
I don't know, can you see how much we're bobbing around? This is stuff that we would usually experience under sail, and it's we're just sitting here at anchor getting a little seasick.
Are you?
No, not really.
I was actually shocked that I didn't, because I was on my phone.
Yeah.
Working.
Well, last night when we were watching TV, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this for much longer. Poor Bryant has had to jump right on into working this morning after getting up at about 2 a.m.
Yeah, the winds really picked up around 2-ish. They've been sort of in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range since then, and I woke up then because I wasn't going to put in earplugs in case we drug anchor and all that, so I've been up roughly since 2, and it's almost 11 now.
I put in earplugs.
Fun.
Yeah. All right, take 2. I'm just gonna do this. You can really get a feel for what it's like. I get the seas is so rough. What?
So if you remember back a couple of episodes, we talked about all the improvements we did to the boat, but we didn't talk about the single biggest improvement that we have made, the most everyday life-changing kind of improvement, and that is this, our enclosure. This was done by Wendy at Salt Ponds. Her company is RD Canvas, Rainy Day Canvas. We'll show you, put a link in there. This is not sponsored in any way. We're just super happy with how it came out. One of the problems with our lagoon specifically, the Lagoon 410, is that they didn't make a hard top for it. So aftermarket people came out and they made a hardtop that fits on both the 380 and the 410, even though they're slightly different size boats. So it fits the 380 a little bit better. It's a smaller boat, so it makes it a little bit short on ours. But our cockpit has a bunch of weird angles and that nothing lines up quite right. And so the amount of work that went into building this for us and patterning in this and making it all come out so that it's easy to put on, easy to take off, and super functional, unbelievable. You may remember from the trip up how if I sat in the captain's chair, I would have water just running directly into my lap if it were raining. That's not the case anymore. Now I can sit up there in a pair of shorts in the rain and it's completely fine. This changes the availability of outside space so dramatically. I cannot say enough about how grateful we are to have this enclosure. If you're thinking about cruising and all of that, maybe you're not going to always be in the tropics or always in the Caribbean or always in the like really nice places. So if you're going to be in any kind of weather, having one of these enclosures, outstanding. If you're looking for someone to do it, I cannot recommend Wendy highly enough.
There's a bunch of yellow backstrings.
After we'd had a good little geek out about how we are now living in an aquarium, but before we gorged ourselves on empanadas, we took a walk through the park on the southern end of the Isle of Biscayne.
These people would be assholes.
The Bill Baggs Cape Florida State Park is generally just a beautiful park with great walking trails, a restaurant, and a little cabana bar. But the main attraction is the Lighthouse. The original one was built in 1825, but it was destroyed during the Second Seminole War. The current lighthouse was built in 1846, and it is the oldest standing structure in Miami-Dade County. I love history.
Everybody twirl. Everybody twirl. Twirling. Looking. Look back over your shoulder and twirl again.
That's how you do it.
It's the February poll.
It's my birthday!
Whilst in Miami, I thought it'd be clever to have a birthday, so we did that too. Little did I know it was almost my last. Oh my god, he's like, okay, Sophia, put your hand up there for scale. I needed it to show how big it is on film. It's really big. I really hope it comes across in these videos just how thrilled we are to be doing this and how lucky we feel that we're able to. And not just in times like these, but all of the times. And it is my ultimate goal in making these videos to try and share some of those feelings with you. So I hope you feel it. I hope these videos do this adventure of ours some justice. And I thank you, as always, from my heart for watching them.